Hello, friends. Welcome back to Go Jeff Your Shelf, the show where I talk about the things you need to buy if you want your shelf to look like mine. And I'm not saying you do want to look like my shelf or you want your shelf to look like my shelf. Just, I'm here to talk. Anyway, I took notes. I wrote down a bunch of things because over the weekend I get a lot of emails, newsletters, and these are all things you could do. You could do yourself, but I'm just going to do it here for you because I know what it's like to be lazy. We got a Speedway Stout, and this is with espresso and Madagascar vanilla. I figure the espresso will keep me awake, and the Madagascar vanilla will keep me cozy. I don't know. Madagascar vanilla came in all the way from Madagascar. So yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot of busyness to get through. So I'll talk about a little bit about what's on deck with these publishers that we're also cuckoo for, and what I'm gonna buy or bought or pre-ordered. What's up, Burger Hicks? Yo, Burger Hicks. Burger Hicks. It's like a redneck Burger King. I don't know. I gotta say, I went to. I'm not calling anybody a redneck. No, I'm not doing that. But I was at a burger joint that was in a Speedway gas station in Tennessee, and it was so good. It's called Chubby's. Chubby's. If you're ever in Sevierville, Tennessee, look up Chubby's, stop in. They ran out of hamburger buns for me and my family, so they put it on bread, and it was still better than anything, any other burger I ever ate. That's a long story. No, that's good. That's okay. Long stories are the best. Evening, Howie. It is evening if you're in the, North American part of the world, but I understand there are other parts of the world. I'm learning about that recently. So let's see. There's a lot going on. I don't know if you checked out. Good evening, sir. SDAJ, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. What's up? We're going to have a meetup and a beer in like real life. Burger Hicks. I'm in New York. I thought it said I'm like, what, pajamas? I didn't know what you were building toward. I was like, what is he in? Is he in his underground pool? Bunker? I don't know. You're in your pajamas in your pool. I don't know. Maybe they're hybrid pajamas. New York, what is it, 9:30 there in New York? New York. So I want to talk about Centipede Press. Just announced their fall lineup. I don't know what nothing really is tickling me, but I know a lot of people like it. The James Herbert, the Spear, the Survivor. I've heard from people that want the James Herbert of the Rats fame. What's up, Joshua Poblano? I love Poblanos. Chile Rellenos are just fantastic. The Spear and Dune for me. Well, Dune. I'm glad I'm not a sci-fi fantasy dude because, wow, I would get crushed if I needed Dune. There's no way I'd get Dune. If I wanted it, I couldn't get it, probably. So, the Ted Klein, is it T-E-D Klein? Because I always just say Ted. Speaker of the Dead, a few other horror titles. Stormbringer, yeah, T-E-D, Children of the Kingdom. It's going to be letterpress, limited to 100. Very interesting. The Children of the Kingdom. Yeah, none of these. The two that I thought were cool. What was Haunting of Hill House the non-slipcased. It's going to be a smaller unsigned edition. That's interesting. I thought the artwork was really cool. I did like that a lot, but I don't know. I have the Suntop. I'm cool with the Suntop. I don't know if I need or want another one, but I do want to get, or I am interested in that Something Wicked This Way Comes. And Alligator. Should I be jazzed about Alligator? I remember Jared mentioning something about that in a previous newsletter, Alligator. That's also, that caught my eye. But that's it. John Whipple says, hey, cheers, Jeff. And for what it's worth, I'm afraid I need Dune. Yeah. See, that's the problem, man. I lost out on Misery, the numbered Misery, and I needed that book, and I missed out on it. So I know how it feels. First world problems and everything. You're hoping Suntop does the Ender series. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's something I'll love. I just don't know. And then Dr. Mirabilis. Mirabilis by James Blish. I think Centipede has a lot of titles that my Suntops aren't here, Stephen. They're that's the other bookshelf. That's in the other room. Yeah, if I ever want to feel giddy, I just turn around and look at the Suntops. Centipede does a lot that I like, but even more that I don't care to get. So there's never really any FOMO or regret. And Subterranean Press, it used to be one that I liked everything they did, and it's just gotten further and further. Like the titles they're throwing out there are just, it's, I don't know. Subterranean Press does great work. They're just picking authors I don't care for or know about. So I don't really care. So that's Centipede Press. I recently got into Centipede, so I missed out on a ton. Oh, you're not kidding. Yeah, I think I've been following Centipede since 2012, and there's a lot I passed on or didn't know about. And I usually just take their cheaper editions, like the $50 editions. But I did get the Falling Angel set, which is fantastic, and I did get the Peter Watts set, which is just Blind Sight is a tremendously awesome book. And I never would have known. I never would have thought that would have been anything I wanted. I kind of just followed Jared's lead on that. The last Subpress book Stephen sprung for was The Best of Elizabeth Hand. See, I don't know. Hail Satan. Okay. I mean, if that's your bag, man, I'm not a religious guy, so if you kind of believe in one thing, you got to believe in the other. If you follow one thing, you got to follow. I don't know. So Hail Satan. I think hail is Satan. It can do a lot of damage to your property. Oh, the Philip K. Dick set. Yeah. I like Philip K. Dick. So PKD. I got the Scanner Darkly going. I do want that Ubik from Folio Society. That looks cool. Ubik. So yeah, PKD. And a lot of people are going crazy for that set, Centipede Press. It's a bummer to miss out, man. I get it. It's a bummer. It's not cool. It's a bummer. Okay, so what else is up? What else is up, you guys? I did show prep. I don't know. Think what you will. So up next is what's up with Suntop. I don't have like theme music or like, anything that's fun. Ubik is your favorite, hoping for the Suntop treatment. Well, I know Folio is doing it or did it. Did you see it? It looks really cool. The slipcase is really neat. It's got like words inside. It's pretty trippy. I'm not familiar with that story, so I don't know. I could check it out. Let the right one in is shipping. Yes. Yes. So there's a lot. What's up with Suntop? Well, I got the have you moved thing for Let the Right One In numbered, and I got the shipping notice today. That is just awesome. I read that book, the artist edition, when I got it. So that's an awesome book. If you've never read it, it really gets at impulse and desire and the damaging effects of desire and impulses, and makes a comparison between people and vampires. And there's a lot that gets explored in that book. I wrote a review on Goodreads, I believe. A much more lucid Jeff wrote that Goodreads review. So if you're on Goodreads, check it out. So yeah, that's shipping. Let the Right One In. Artist edition of Island of Dr. Moreau is landed. I've seen a lot of people, posting pictures of that. So I know that's out in the world and alive. And there are 31 copies left. If you just, if you're like tickled by those photos, you can be tickled, in the privacy of your own home. Keep it in your own home. And Silence of the Lambs numbered is coming soon. And the 1984 artist edition is coming soon. I'm just so excited for the numbered. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I bought it second with a matching cube. Yeah. You bought it second with the matching cube? It will be my first number. Are you talking about you bought it on the secondary? Yeah, I got the matching cube too. I couldn't resist. Although, if I could go back in time, I would have saved those pennies for the Jaws cube. But the Oscars cube paperweight is beautiful. It's awesome. I'd rather have both the Jaws and we want them all, don't we? We just want them all. I don't know if Let the Right One In is my favorite book of all time. No, I mean it's a great read. It's really a great book, but that's an honor I'm not ready to bestow. And I know John Linkvist is crying a Swedish tear tonight. Swedish? I don't know. See, there's America, and then there's everywhere else, because I'm an American. So that's how we see things, right? I didn't mean to get geopolitical. Trust me. Some folios look great, others not so good. Yeah, I know. The folio edition of The Road sucked. Sorry. Audio booking. Okay, because it looked like Audio Boo King. Blackwater, and loving it so far. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Blackwater. I am. I think that's going to be a great read. Secondhand, yeah. Blackwater is an amazing epic. Did you do the Suntop survey? I did. And it's hard. I realized when I was doing the Suntop survey that he's asking for books that we want Suntop to do, right? So it's not just your favorite books. So we had horror, fantasy, sci-fi. It's not just those books, because if you were to do that, even excluding King, you're going to be asking for books that a limited edition already exists of, right? So it became something where I was framing the question in, what is your favorite horror book that another limited edition hasn't existed for that you would like to see me do? That's kind of how I unpacked it and unfolded it. And the problem is, in the last few years, every new book I've read has been a limited edition. So I'm not really reading trades. I don't have trade editions to suggest. So, it was kind of a bummer. But I asked for Fight Club. I asked for Butcher Boy again. I know. I asked for American Psycho. I didn't ask for Hex. That would be a good one. I don't remember what else I put down. I don't know what I put down for sci-fi. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, and I don't read any fantasy. I think I put Everville and Great and Secret Show for fantasy, just to get everybody mad. Not like it's going to matter, but I put Turn of the Screw by Henry James for horror. Let's see what else. Pretty stoked that Paul actually published 5 titles this year that were on my survey from last year. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's giving people what they want, you know? You need to go for some deep cuts if you go that route. Yeah, I know. If you're talking about the survey, I agree. You want to get something that hasn't been done before, but then if nobody's done it, is it a book worth doing? What a trick bag. I would love to see Suntop do something brand new from an author we all love, or maybe just I love. I'd love to see Suntop do a original Josh Malerman book, or an original Clive Barker. Clive Barker's coming out with Deep Hill. That would be awesome to do as a Suntop edition. Brand new book, never before read. You know, if I had a defined brand new book for you, I just did. I love redundancies, and so does C.J. Tudor, which is why I don't read her. By Reason of Insanity by Shane Stevens needs a limited. See, I don't know this. I rely on everybody else to pick the books, and then I get to discover them. So I'm totally a consumer, not a producer. I would love American Psycho or just plain Psycho. Yeah, I've never. And that's the other thing. I started picking books I've never read because I want to read them, and then why not have it as a Suntop edition? And it is a gamble, but I did suggest American Psycho, even though I never read it. Yes, Suntop. So Burger Hicks said that Suntop would, I'm sure you guys can read these comments. Suntop would outdo any other limited. Right. So if Suntop did it, that would be the best edition, or The Stand, or Pet Sematary, or any Stephen King book, even if it's been done before, will just be completely remastered and elevated if Suntop does it. But still, you know, it's like, I don't know. I don't want Paul to be limited, but it's kind of tricky. There is limited edition fatigue out there. A lettered Suntop Malerman would break my bank. Yeah, so I'm not a lettered dude. I would pass, unfortunately. So I'd have to forego it. If other presses did the book, but I don't have it, I'd gladly get it from Suntop. Now, John, you are preaching, you're singing my song, because I'm the same way. I didn't have a really nice edition of Exorcist. So, bingo and score for me. And a lot of these books I didn't have. I remember a lot of people were wondering why he was doing horns when he did it. It was a book that wasn't even 10 years old and already had a limited edition of it. And I've never read it before. So the Suntop edition was the way to go. So yes, I'm selfishly happy if he does a book, that I've never read, or I don't have a limited edition of, but numerous editions exist. Behold the Man by Michael Moorcock. Huh. Cat House Caller wants to know. Cat House Caller wants names of people who've read it. Omakatsu. Yeah, that's Donald Ray Pollock. Oh, pardon me. Oops. An oopsie there. Omakatsu, Donald Ray Pollock. Those are, I never heard of Donald Ray. I'm all for Suntop doing classic books too. East of Eden and The Jungle are on my list. What about Of Mice and Men? I'd like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm goofy. Margaret Atwood. I mean, yes, the rumor for September is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who wants that? Who's excited for that? I think that'll be trippy. I think he could do some amazing things with that, if that is the book. It may be. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I was at the beach today, so my hair is a little windswept. Any Steinbeck. What about the Steinbeck werewolf novel? Did you guys know about that? Steinbeck, apparently the Steinbeck estate is sitting on an unpublished werewolf novel by John Steinbeck. Wouldn't that be bonkers? Bonkers. Yeah. Anyway, what about SST? You guys, I have Moorcock's Eternal Champion series, but not Behold the Man. Behold the Man. Is that wrong that I did that when I said Behold the Man? Subliminal, I think. SST, Paul Fry is a shipping fool. That's according to my notes. Paul Fry is a shipping fool. He's gone off. It is a damn shame we'll never get a chance to see it. So is that definitive, Stephen, that we're not going to see the werewolf book? I mean, I haven't followed the news on it. Yes, Paul Fry is a gentleman and a scholar. I have an email from him, a shipping update. If you are not on the SST fans page or a subscriber to the newsletter, do one or the other. One or the other. Just get on the newsletter. He's been packing. So he's shipping Devoted, Horror Store, and Bird Box. I'm going to get Horror Store and Bird Box in here, so I'll be able to show those to you. Devoted was a Kuntz book I passed on. And he's a one-man show. And then he's going to try to get Mallory, my best friend's Exorcism, The Little Sleep, and Gothic Wounds out by the end of the year. All of those books are coming to me. And this guy's a one-man show, and he's shipping like crazy. And then he's got a whole lot in the pipeline that he can't really talk about until he gets these out. So I'm jazzed. I've never read any Grady Hendrix, and I got the 4-book set. So you may be able to buy a 4-book set of the Grady Hendrix SST editions if I don't like Horror Store. I'm brutal. No, I'm kidding. I'm probably going to like it. Spoiler alert. So I got Bird Box and Horror Store coming. Yeah, I got the shipping notice for both of them. I just don't know when they'll get to my porch and in what shape, because when boxes come from overseas, my postal carrier likes to abuse them. I mean, the way they kick it, it's not just accidental. I mean, like, you could tell they took joy. And they only do that to the ones that come from the UK. I don't know if they got PTSD from the Revolutionary War. I don't know. I didn't think they were still our enemy, but my postal carrier must be that USA. So I'll show them to you. You can't have them. They'll probably all be number 3s. Number 3. So as of the most recent message from the estate for Steinbeck's horror novel, if he wanted released in his lifetime, he would have. I mean, there's some logic to that. And I can say, I think it's good if they're trying to preserve his name and say he didn't want this book out there and it really wasn't a serious book. I don't know. But then why did he write it? If he didn't want it released, why did he write it? Huh? That's what I would tell them. That's if I was a lawyer. And you could tell I'd be a marvelous lawyer. Huh? I'd end everything with, huh? I'd look right at the jury. Huh? If this guy didn't want him dead, why did he kill him? Huh? And they'd be like, ooh, he makes a point. He makes a point. Elect him mayor. I'm just a lawyer. I'll be mayor too. Will Kuntz ever finish his Christopher Snow trilogy? I read Watchers because it had a dog in it. And then I never read anything by Kuntz again. It was a fine read for a 14-year-old boy. I just don't have any, my heart's not open to another author. just, it's like, it's not open. I can't be hurt like that again. Kuntz. Dean Kuntz. What school is he the dean of? Another live chat from Jeff, and I'm awake for it. What's up, Jeff? What's going on, Flash? I'm glad you're up. I'm glad you're awake. Like I said, you have to drink espresso stout to stay awake. I quit buying UK books because of the damage. I buy them from Suntop Press now. Yeah, that's a good idea. They're kicked across the Atlantic. Okay, so they claim that he didn't force the werewolf book through because it wasn't up to his standards. Well, then lower the standards. That's what I do. If something's not up to my standards, I lower them. Can't control the thing, but you can control your standards. I'm glad you're here, Flash. I don't think I stressed that enough. I just said, I'm glad you're awake. I felt bad when you couldn't be here before. I was going to make it earlier, but I'm just too lazy. So I had to keep it at 8:30. And the beer's just not cold before 8:30. Last Kuntz I read was Intensity. Kuntz became played out for me. Played out. Like Bentley Little. And I think every book he has a dog in it. Is that what I'm to understand? Man, I was weather worn today. I was sitting in that Chicago sun with my toes in the Indiana sand. Yes, I am that long. Okay, Centipede. Stoked about the man that fell to earth. Ouch. I still can't get on the Fans of Suntop site. Why? Well, didn't you get in there via a different account? Flash? I thought I got you in there. I thought you were in there. Email me. We'll get you in. Anybody needs to get in the Fans of Suntop page. Just make sure I know you, that I've seen your comments on my channel for a long time, and I'll let you in, especially if you've just created your Facebook profile that day. We usually don't let people in who've created their account 5 minutes ago. But you're in, right, Barbara? They're coming to get you, Barbara. Do you say that to her all the time? Barbara, they're coming to get you, Barbara. Orion glues in pages rather than stitching them. One reason I am reluctant to buy hardbacks from this UK publisher. Yeah, I got on their list, Orion's list, because they were going to do the Malermans, and then they never sent me a newsletter, so I never bought a UK Malerman. And then I just thought, we don't need to be buying every foreign edition of every Malerman book, do we, Jeff? I had a really serious conversation with myself, and then I took my medication. I got Demon Seed, but I still haven't read it. I got Demon Seed. I think that's something you tell a priest. I picture myself walking in to a little closet, and the priest is in the other little closet with the little door, and you just say, I got Demon Seed. And then they say, wow, what do we do to you? Say a Hail Mary. Okay. I'm Catholic. Yeah, us Malermaniacs have to draw a line somewhere. I know. What do you do? Can you get them all? I did like one foreign edition. I don't remember, the Hungarian edition of Mallory. It had a really cool cover, and it was like $6 on eBay. But I just said no, Jeff. Then I took my medication. I just created my Facebook, and it won't even show fans. I know you're saying that, and you wouldn't even find me. What did you do, Flash? What did you do that Zuckerberg knows about? He's got something on you, man. Everybody else can get online and get everybody's social security number except Flash. No, I have no interest in Devoted by SST. Here's the thing. I love SST, and I saw the edition. It looks awesome. If you're a Kuntz fan, get it. Get it from SST. It's going to be a prized edition, in your collection. And I hate that because I would love to get every SST book he does. But I can't start collecting Kuntz. I can't. Kuntz. Who ends their name with a Z? That's a joke. Not really a funny one. Yes, true. So Steven's saying that if we pass on some books, then it gives us some to hunt down later. True, because who doesn't want the thrill of the hunt? I read this one article that said the internet killed book collecting because it eliminated the thrill of the hunt. And I think that's a load. It makes it a lot harder to hunt books. Not harder, but those books you really, really want, you have tools, but there's so many other people searching for them that there's more competition, and it makes the hunt more of a challenge, in my opinion. And I'm just an asshat. So, Roadhouse is a classic of American cinema. Oh my God, pain don't hurt. My theory is that Big Lebowski is a remake of Roadhouse. Smoke something pungent, watch them both, and tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you will make the connection. Roadhouse and Big Lebowski. Yeah, I saw that documentary too. It was great, other than the batching by the old heads. I know that you... What? I don't understand what documentary. Is there a documentary that connects these two books? These two movies? Is there? Because I need to see it. I made the connection all by myself because Sam Elliott's in both of them, and so is Jackie Treehorn. Jackie Treehorn is the villain in Roadhouse. Yes, it is VHS. I also have a limited edition collector bowling ball of Big Lebowski. We can't turn this into a Big Lebowski chat fest because then this is just, we're never going to get to talk about, who else do we have? Earthling. Oh, man. Earthling's on fire. Oh, the booksellers. Ah, yes. So the documentary I was talking about that talked about the whole thing, about how the internet killed the hunt. That's what it's from. That's right. That's where I saw it. I saw it on the internet, so it's got to be true. Yeah, Roadhouse. I'm not ashamed. Oh, you can't be ashamed of Roadhouse. You can't be. It's time to be nice. Be nice. I want to watch where it says, time to be nice. And then when Swayze's leg is up there, like he's doing a big-ass kick, it's time not to be nice. But then all the other hours, all the other times, it's nice. Nice, 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 nice. Not nice. And and you got Dalton guiding you from the great beyond. And Wade Garrett, Wade Garrett, the best cooler out there. I need to drink a lot of stout to get through Roadhouse. Oh my God. No, you don't. Oh, that lecture. He's zen. He's zen until he rips your throat out. It's like everything's easy going, and then you get him mad, and he rips your throat out shirtless by a lake. Ah. Yeah, maybe I got to see booksellers. The Pauls have been on fire. There are 5 Pauls. There are 5 Pauls we worship in the Church of Jeffing, or the Jeff word. I was Jeffing off, but now I'm the Jeff word. There are 5 Pauls that are the apostles. Or, I don't know, what would we call them? Bishops? I don't know. There's Paul Suntup, Paul Fry, Paul Miller, Paul Goblersh from Thunderstorm, and then Paul Michael Caine. Lord Caine. And if I was his assistant, I'd be Cocaine. Am I the only one who has not seen Roadhouse? Oh my God. Oh my God. You have not seen Roadhouse. The only thing worse than not seeing Roadhouse is not seeing Big Lebowski. Martin, you need to go and talk to a priest about your demon seed. Paul McCartney? What about Paul McCartney? Swayze is a national treasure. I celebrate his entire catalog, and you are right to do so, John Whipple. John, do you ever squeeze a Charmin? Yeah, Martin, I agree with Scott. I think you should just cut this channel. This will go on YouTube forever. It's just like pollution. And but you could see Roadhouse tonight and better your expand your mind. Oh, you haven't seen either, Joshua. Oh my gosh, I feel like I failed you. Oh, thank you, Flash. Okay, so I can understand you don't like Roadhouse. You really got to give Roadhouse a close view. You have to pay attention. The clues and the wisdoms are there, but they're a little subtle. But if you don't like Big Lebowski at all, I can't help you. There's like your soul is trapped. It's like a caterpillar that goes into a cocoon, but the cocoon is so tight it never becomes a butterfly. And that if you don't like Big Lebowski, you're trapped in your cocoon and you just die there. You'll never develop. Roadhouse teaches you that it's okay that men cry and pain don't hurt. I mean, the Bible has the most famous short line from the Bible is Jesus wept. I think people talk about that. But I think it's even better. Pain don't hurt. Pain don't hurt. How I don't have that tattooed on me somewhere, I don't know. Okay, Flash, you could say it's hysterically funny, and that's okay. That's one level of the wisdoms of Roadhouse. Roadhouse has many wisdoms. And on one level, it's funny. On one level. And if you just want to stay there, that's okay. I know I'm going to keep going on Roadhouse or Big Lebowski if I can't talk about Earthling. This is a little bit off topic, but do you have any Suntop books that have as many pages as Blackwater? I'm hesitant to order based on readability. All right. Now, I swear I've not seen the Big Lebowski ever. I'm sorry I got distracted by that. You got to see it. And please love it or enjoy it, or at least don't tell me you hated it. No. About Blackwater, the page count, Magica is going to have more pages than Blackwater. So that's going to be bigger. It's going to be coming in the mail, as it will. Readability, you shouldn't worry. These books are high quality books. You should not worry about reading them. They're built to be read. They're meant to be read. Now, I will say you can worry about staining them. We secrete oils, some of us more than others. And when you handle a book and you turn the pages, and if you're not careful, you'll crease a page. Those are all legitimate concerns, but you should not worry about a book falling apart or being too cumbersome. These books will be able to be read. So don't worry about that. Horns was pretty long, but it's not cumbersome. I read the artist edition of Horns and it was fine. Let the Right One In was pretty long and that was fine. I read the artist edition of that. And I wouldn't worry about reading the numbered editions either. But if you're getting the AE of Blackwater, I wouldn't worry. Martin, what is I never watched Dirty Dancing. Yeah, that's a Swayze for other people. Like I didn't watch Dirty Dancing either. What is Roadhouse about? Roadhouse is about, what isn't it about? You got to see it. Just watch it. It's about everything. It's a way to live. You will, oh my gosh, you will rip somebody's throat out after you watch it. You'll know that 3 fingers are all you need. Let's see. I certainly wouldn't watch it again without stout. Well, you should always have stout nearby. Oh, great. Thank you for being here, Jack Polidot. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Yes. Anybody who goes to Gold's Gym will tell you that. The Kevin Smith audio commentary is great. On Roadhouse? I didn't see that. The Riff Tracks also has a great take on Roadhouse. So check it out. Roadhouse and Big Lebowski. I mean, those two, I'm a dude. I'm a registered dudist. I can marry you. I mean, not marry you. I'm already married, but I can marry you to your spouse. I mean, I can officiate the wedding is what I'm telling you. So I'm a dudist. And I think there should be a Church of Dalton or Wade Garrett. Suntop books are built to last. Point Break is the greatest Patrick movie. Point Break, yes, I haven't seen that in a long time, but Point Break is up there. Yeah, I think Point Break was Dalton before he became a cooler. Dalton straightens out that double deuce. Why would you name your bar Double Deuce? That means you took a crap twice. I mean, why would you name your bar that? The Double Deuce. Or you want people to bring their 22s in there and shoot each other? I mean, what are you getting at with Double Deuce? And Dalton fixed it. Dalton made it right. But he can't, Dalton had demon. You got to see it. You got to see it. I mean, when my kids are of a certain age, and it's not about graphic content, it's about being open to the universe's teachings. When they're old enough, I'm going to sit them down and they're going to watch Roadhouse. They're going to, all three of my children. Yes, I have 3 children. Yes. 3. And they are all wise human beings. Several Patrick Swayze movies have been mentioned in this thread, and I have not seen a single one. Do you see Ghost? Now, Ghost is good. The love with you, you bring it with. The love, you bring it with you to the hotel. The Outsiders is Dalton's high school days. Roadhouse. Can we just look at this again? Just look at that. Are you going to go in there? And then on the back, they got spoiler alert right there. It's the end of the movie. Why would they show that? And then him with Kelly Lynch. It's every shade of Dalton. It's every possible interaction. He's with Wade Garrett down there, Sam Elliott, the best cooler out there. If you can't afford him, you get Dalton. And then women fall in love with Dalton. He can't help it. And then men take their shirts off and fight him. That's the story in 3 pictures, and all of them have Patrick Swayze. Okay. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. I am an FBI agent. Red Dawn. Yes, Swayze. They remade Red Dawn, and North Koreans were the enemies. I don't know. Let's get back to this real quick. Earthling. What's Earthling up to? Earthling's up to everything. Paul Miller is on fire. That's what I wrote. I just read Dark Across the Bay. It's sold out. I just finished it. There are more than a few copies on eBay. If you are of a mind to get this sold out Anya Allborn book, it was a great read. It really was. I'm reading Boys in the Valley now by Philip Fracassi. I'm going to find out how to say that man's name. Boys in the Valley is so good. It is so good. There's no way you could have described this book to me and had me thinking that's something I'd want to read. But damn, I love it. I'm chewing right through it. It's a great read. And if you've seen my unboxing for Ghoul in the Cape, That is up next after Boys in the Valley. I cannot wait to read that one. Nothing. There are a few authors I love as much as Mallerman. And I got a shot glass. It's one of 12 in the world. I have this shot glass, and Josh Mallerman and Paul Miller have this shot glass, and Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. has this shot glass. That's awesome. And I think Hans has a shot glass too. Alborn, Fracassi, and Mallerman. Yes. I mean, holy shit. Paul Miller is on fire. These are great books. Also on the horizon, though, is Deathless by Jeff Strand. I read Pressure by Jeff Strand. That book, it was a close home run for me. It was maybe a double. It wasn't even a triple. I liked it. I didn't love it. And I saw a greater potential for this book than what was realized. I think with some editing and with some other direction, it would have been a fantastic, phenomenal book. But I liked it. You know, maybe 3.5, 3 stars out of 5. And when he announced Deathless, which is a sequel to that, I signed up for it. I had to. I hope it's better than Pressure, but Pressure is good. I don't know. If you're a Strand fan, he's a great guy. He's a great author. Really, his short story and Hark the Herald Angels Scream is hysterical. I loved it. So I'm very much looking forward to Deathless. So that's up next. Who reminds you of Campbell? Who? SDAJ R. Who reminds you of Campbell? Okay, so I feel what you're saying. Sometimes the humor gets in the way of horror. No, Pressure didn't have any humor. That's actually what I didn't like about it. Oh, Fracassi. Really? I've never read any Ramsey Campbell. So I should like him because I'm loving this book, Boys in the Valley. Love it. I hope it doesn't let me down at the end because it is so good. There's no humor in Pressure. And the humor in the story, I forgot what the title of it was, in Hark the Herald Angels Scream, was so good. It was perfect. It was so perfect. I love humor in horror stories. I totally do. Has anyone here ever read James Herbert? I've only read the others, but that was a great horror novel. We talked about Herbert earlier. He's coming out with Jared at Centipede's coming out with 2 Herbert novels. So I've never read Herbert or Herbet. I don't know if that's a lot of quieter horror like Straub, Campbell, Grant. Yeah, quiet horror. I don't know. I don't think Boys in the Valley is quiet. But then again, I don't know what quiet horror is. I don't know what quiet is. I've never been quiet, and I don't plan on being quiet. So Earthling's got a lot going. I can't recommend Boys in the Valley or Dark Across the Bay enough. I'm on my last page. Okay, Levidian. I'm getting my later slipcase in a couple of days. Levidian. That's all I have from Levidian. So you can see that when I unbox it. I think I'm going to get it tomorrow. And I'll probably do a video. I don't know. Feeling cute. Might do a video. As the meme goes. I've read about 5 Herberts. Shrine, The Dark, The Rats Trilogy, and The Fog. All were really good. Awesome. Must read Ramsey Campbell, Alone with the Horrors. Well, the only Ramsey Campbell I have is this one. The Face That Must Die. How do you see this in a bookstore and not buy it? The Face That Must Die. You win. You win, Ramsey Campbell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words and you win. Have to get it. What's up? Hunchback Jack, HBJ. Herbert was great. Good luck getting the book in the case. What? Good luck getting the book in the case? I don't understand. Face is good too. Well, I'm going to read it. Oh, that's a solid Campbell. Really? Okay. Campbell's is good food. Hold up 1 second. I gotta do something real quick. Pretty much. Okay. What else do we got? We got Sub Press. Sub Press got stuff coming out. Return of the Sorceress, if that's your bag. It's the Sylvia Moreno Garcia, the author of Mexican Gothic, which was buzzy. So she's coming out with a book from Sub Press. I don't know. That looked okay. I'm not. Sub Press is missing me. You know, if they're shooting for me, they're missing me. And that's okay. They're not for me. I can't keep all these presses. Can't buy all their books. But what looks good to me is Vile Affections by Caitlin Kiernan. I haven't read her yet. I will. I promise you. And then Radiant Apples, a Nat Love novella by Lansdale. I didn't buy it yet. Why didn't I buy it yet? Well, there are 1,500 copies. I got time. But I need it. I need to buy it. What do we got? People are talking. A lot of us can't fit later in the slipcase. Brian is having to remake a lot of them. That sucks. I saw that on the Dark Tower forum. And I think I saw Mark write that on the Fans of Levidian page. Yeah, that sucks. If you make a slipcase, it better be able to slip that book in there. Sorry I'm late, but glad to get in this second Jeff Your Shelf. By the way, this is the only social media not under my real name. So hi, Jeff. This is Roy. Hey. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Ron. I think I mentioned Ron Clinton in my last. I applaud for all of you. You know, whether or not I do it in my head or out loud live depends on how much stout I've had. So that's the only difference. But I'm applauding each and every one of you for being here and having a physical record of your presence. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned Ron in the last live stream as a brilliant guy. And he still is a brilliant guy, but now that he's here, you might mark him with lower. But I think he's brilliant. He really is. I found Mexican Gothic underwhelming. Well, that's what happens when there's a lot of hype and a lot of buzz around a book, and then you read it. Hype meets reality. Usually hype doesn't carry the day, you know. Moreno's vampire novel was solid. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't have love in my heart for another author. Anyone excited about the Who books? Arete books? Should I want them? I have undiagnosed FOMO. Well, I think you've just diagnosed it. So I think you have it. FOMO's a mofo. Arete books. I don't know who that is. I don't have love in my heart for Arete. You don't like Mylar on the dust jackets? I do like Mylar on the dust jackets. Yes, I do. I just don't like putting them on myself because I don't like damaging the dust jackets because that's what I end up doing. Because I'm like a bull in a china shop. I'm like, and I just grab it. So you go in there and then. Yeah, Hunchback Jack says Sub Press have moved more into science fiction fantasy realm, which is cool when they publish older titles, but I don't need a lot of those genres these days. I don't either. So I pass, and that's what I'm saying. Sub Press does great work. So if they do a title that you like, I highly recommend. It's been a long time since they did McCammon and what else? The last things I bought from them was CJ Tudor books, and those were awful. But it's not their fault. They were very well done. But, oh, I'm sorry, CJ Tudor, if you're out there and you woke up in a cold sweat because it's like, what, 6 hours later than here in England, and you're just like, just talking about me again. We had agreement. He's talking about me again. But CJ Tudor is the worst. Arete is releasing a beautiful Neil Gaiman. So Neil Gaiman went to Lyra's books and had Stardust, and now they're going to Arete. You don't like Mylar coverings. Why not? Why don't you like, it's funny. They invented the dust jacket to protect the book. And then people are like, well, we got to protect the dust jackets too. Pretty soon we're going to have to create a case to fit the slipcase in. And then we're going to have to put the slipcase in a case that goes in a shelf that gets wrapped in a case that goes into a bookshelf that's wrapped in a bookshelf. Jeff, is Paul at Suntop making the slipcases a bit larger to account for Mylar covers? I found the past two slipcases for the AEs a bit warped and loose fitting. He did mention that he wanted the people who wrap their books in Mylar to be able to slip them easily into the slipcases. I don't mind a looser slipcase. Really, as long as I'm not traveling with the books, I'm not worried about it. So I don't mind it a little bit bigger. But if I have to squeeze that dust jacket and I'm catching the corner, I just lose it. I punch the wall. We have a wall. Our plaster walls have like multiple holes in them. And then my wife's like, I'll just put the book in the slipcase because we're tired of these holes. I love the first two Matthew Corbett books. This is my intro to McCammon. Yeah, he's awesome. McCammon's awesome. 1.5 milliliter Mylar is easier to put on. Yeah, all I have is this stuff. I don't know. I bought a roll of it off of somewhere, and it's huge. It came in 3 sizes, and none of the sizes fit books. So who knew? Who knew? It's what we call getting screwed at the drive-thru. Yeah, Subpress does do very fine work. Tong is involved on making these as well. Tong. Jeff Tong. I picked up a Subpress just this morning. In fact, day 0. Yes, I saw that. Somebody was talking about Sea of Rust. They were really... Was it you? I think it was you, Ron. And you picked up day 0. Awesome. That's cool. 25% into Swan Song. I loved it. After I read that, I was sure that Robert McCammon was a pseudonym for Stephen King. But, I don't know. I'm sure that Robert McCammon is a separate human being from Stephen King now. But I don't know, man. You read The Listener, and it feels like a remix of The Shining. I know it's a little different, but bear with me. Read The Shining, read The Listener, see the similarities. They're there. And Swan Song and The Stand are, very similar books. Yes, I'm having issues because of the Speedway Stout. All right, now there's Midworld. Midworld Press. I'm waiting for them to announce the John Dies at the End series. I need that. Cemetery Dance did John Dies at the End. They never did the other 2 books, and shame on them. But I'm dying to get those from Midworld Press. So they need to make them. And that's why I signed up for the list. But they have some interesting titles. So check out Midworld Press. Read my book. Tim Feather wants me to read his book. What's your book, man? The Corbett books are excellent. Also, my intro to McCammon, damn fine fiction. Yeah, I think I read Speaks a Nightbird, was the only Corbett I've read, but I loved him. McCammon copied King in the early years. I mean, but he did his own thing too, because with Swan Song and the whole "your head is a big wart" thing. Can't post the link. I didn't know you wrote a book. CD said they weren't going to release the other two. No, well, they didn't say they weren't going to release the other two, but they've made no movement towards saying they're going to do this book is full of spiders and what the hell did I just read? So Midworld said they're doing all three, according to the chats. Timothy Feather just sent me something. Okay. Timothy Feather sent me a link to a book. Thank you. I have devices going. This is live. This is real. Facebook DM Jeff. Okay. Thank you, Vanilla. So I don't know if CD ever wants to do it, but which is funny. So anyway, Midworld's doing Library at Montclair. That looks cool. And they did this book, Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. Looks cool. So I didn't buy any of it. I'm letting you know so you can buy it. Buy it for me. But don't give it to me. Buy it instead of me buying it, and then you read it and enjoy it and shelf it. And let me know. Blacktop Wasteland. I know Ron Clinton was talking about that. Never mind. Okay. Vanilla says never mind. So now we're going to get into CD. I put CD on this show prep just because it breaks my heart. They brought me into the limited book edition, collecting King thing. And then they left me there like an orphan in the rain, on the dangle. And I don't know if that ship has a captain because, wow. Their last update for the production update page was August 9th. And the only thing I'm seeing on there is the best of Cemetery Dance 2 is due in October, probably. Their slipcases are going to be done in September, and then they got to get them, and then they're going to ship the book in the queue. So that I saw Strange Weather at the end of the year. And then Midnight Under the Big Top and Usher's Passing are trade cases are in production. That's really all I saw that's moving. Man, I hope they get these books out. There's a lot of people waiting for a very long time. And a lot of people probably have stopped purchasing. And then that cash flow dries up. They can't pay the printers. And all that, it just has a ripple effect. So I'm not a spokesperson for Cemetery Dance. They're their own business. I just want them to succeed and start getting these books out. I know a lot of people are really. So anyway. Oh, okay. Ron does have Blacktop Wasteland on order. CD was my gateway drug, but there's a love-hate relationship. The books are generally great when they come out, but some are a long wait. And to be honest, I don't blame Brian, Mindy, or Dan. I just think, I'll just say that. I think somebody was chasing the boogeyman recently. And there's the pipeline. I don't know. A lot of their promotion, a lot of their energy and effort went into promoting Chasing the Boogeyman. And that isn't even published by them. And I understand that probably that money finds its way to Cemetery Dance, but they just got to get the books out. I mean, too many presses have gone belly up, leaving everybody in the lurch, Anyway, that's just a bummer, dude. Dark Region is just as bad as CD anymore. Well, kind of. But Dark Regions, they've done a lot with keeping that money flowing by selling other publishers' books. CD does the same thing. CD also has their eBay auctions and their other revenue streams that they keep the money flowing. Dark Regions just doesn't have the backlog, the same amount of books in the wings as CD, and not for nearly the number of years, I don't think. But Dark Regions, again, they're another one I worry about. Yeah, unfortunately, due to being waits for CD, I can no longer order from them. I have Seasons of Terror on order for a year now, and I'm considering canceling the order. A year is nothing. I mean, wow. I just hope they get them out. And what else can you do? Does Chismar own CD or just work there? Chismar owns CD. And, you know, his passion was always publishing, and he had the magazine that started it all. And they've historically done tremendously awesome work. And then the printer went belly up and COVID and all those things. But no other press has been so adversely affected as CD has. Other presses have had waiting times and hiccups and speed bumps along the way, but it's just like CD hit a brick wall once Chismar started doing more writing projects and he started writing with Stephen King. You could tell the energy was elsewhere. And either he should have sold the press to Brian James Freeman, or found some sort of successor plan and moved along and retired from the press. You know what? I shouldn't even be talking, because I'm not sitting in on their meetings. I have no idea. This is just my speculation, and it's not really fair to them. So I shouldn't get into the business of trying to figure out what they've done. But yeah, the folks you mentioned are fine people. Mindy has helped me out so many times on orders I've flubbed. Brian and Dan are great. I want them to do well and do better. Yeah, they are great people. And what Brian is doing with Levidian is tremendous. He's hit 3 home runs at his 3 at-bats, and I have total faith in Levidian. Last thing I ordered from CD was a stand. I haven't bought anything from them since. I pumped the brakes too. You know, I hopefully will get the stand. Night Shift came out. The stand should be following. And then they're going to announce Pet Cemetery. And there are a lot of people that bought all 6 books up front. So I don't know. Hey, what's up, Luke? I have a bunch of things waiting from CD, but I'm only ordering McCammon titles from them now. Yeah, I do. I have like 10 titles on the back order from CD that I couldn't cancel. I just couldn't do it. Brian was Johnny on the spot today with the slipcase issue. Yeah, Brian is responsive, and he'll do what he can, you know. Darren, like my father before me. What's up, Junior? Evening, all. And the final thing I want to talk about is 19th edition. Because, again, this is go Jeff to your shelf, right? So these are the books I'm buying. These are the publishers I'm following. But, you know, you got to get that extra little bling for your shelf if you want to live like Jeff does. And you got to go to 19th edition. They're doing, Paul Michael Caine is doing a 19,000 Italian lira. That's the new currency bookmark. And it's going to be awesome. And, you know, get that. And then a Shawshank Prison Key. And then the other thing is these Carrie movie posters. He did 6 of them. And they're going to be released as postcards. I love graphic design. I love beautiful design. And I think movie posters or theater posters are an art form all into themselves. And I think Paul Michael Caine did a tremendous job on these Carrie movie I don't think they're movie posters. They're for the theater. They're going to go in a fundraising effort, because if Paul Michael Caine is anything, he is generous and kind. He's such a kind guy, and he's got a big heart. And I think these are the people definitely I love to support. And So I just wanted to say that too. So there's these publishers, and then there's 19th edition that kind of ties the whole bookshelf together, man. And he is awesome. Boo. Smug Oreo said boo. That's Smug Oreo. I don't know who that is, but he swoops in every now and then to remind me that I need to be on the top of my game, or otherwise I won't please everybody. So he gave me a boo to remind me that I'm a human being. Good on him. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up this live stream for now. Go and check all these publishers out. Go watch Roadhouse and Big Lebowski while you wait for these books. That's the thing. There are so many fine movies to watch while you wait for the books to arrive. And so, if I was to form a religion, definitely it would be Saints Dalton and Dude. Why are you so smug, Oreo? I think Oreo is smug because he knows he's the best cookie on the planet. I mean, that you would be smug too, and I forgive him for being smug. I've never heard of 19th edition. Are they a publisher? Oh, Darren Jr. Darren, 19th edition. Go to Facebook, or I could try to post a link in the description. No, the 19th edition is not a publisher. Well, he published The Cask of Amontillado from Edgar Allan Poe, but he does bookmarks and paraphernalia. I don't know, shelf candy, things I call shelf candy, bookmarks and such. Let's see. He did this sticker, which is a tie-in to Dark Tower. I'm sorry, The Stand. What else has he done? He did this Dark Tower challenge coin, which is awesome. This is so cool. 19th edition. I saw prototypes of this. This is so damn awesome. And then he does these currencies that all feature Stephen King. Not all of them don't all feature Stephen King, but they're bookmarks. They're very, very cool. They're very affordable. I don't know how you can't buy multiples. So that's 19th edition. They're on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, search for 19th edition, and you'll see. Oh, man. So, Martin, you're saying my description did not sell you on Roadhouse. Okay, Roadhouse is about balance. It's about how violence isn't always the answer until violence is the answer. It's about how you don't skim off the cash register. It's about organized crime. It's about pain don't hurt. It's about Tai Chi shirtless by the lake. It's about ripping the throats out of your enemies when they leave you no choice. It's about Sam Elliott, Wade Garrett. I mean, it's a whole philosophy wrapped in one-liners. It's about loving your high-speed vintage sports car. It's about Jackie Treehorn, who's not Jackie Treehorn, but he's a bad guy because he's rich and white. I mean, you got to see the movie. I'm sorry. I couldn't sell you. I'm only a human being. I'm fallible. Before you go, I got to tell you, I got the Amarithine edition of Dracula today, and it is so nice. I just stuck my fingers in my ears, and I shut my eyes when Amarithine came along and Lyra came along. I just walked away. I've enjoyed watching this. Thank you. Hope that's true. Can you tag folks in chat? I seem to only be able to block or report them. Oh, please don't report me. Hi, Jeff. Just got back from Red Lobster. What did I miss? Well, you didn't miss delicious biscuits. I tell you that if you went to Red Lobster, you got more delicious biscuits than Beef Daddy. I don't know what you missed. I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about Roadhouse. I mean, how can you not talk about Roadhouse? When Roadhouse comes up, it just sort of blots out the sun. Look at that. He doesn't want to kick your ass, but you bet your ass he will if he has to. Don't make Dalton kick your ass. I mean, that should be the tagline for the movie. You made Dalton kick your ass. Dalton didn't kick your ass. Great live stream. Glad I could make it. Thank you, Flash. You know, hang out, you know, wherever you are and pour a stout. Roadhouse is classic. Big Lebowski is even better. You are singing oh my God, Luke, that is perfect. You summed it up. Hunchback Jack says Roadhouse the movie, it's surprisingly solid and it has everything and everybody. It does have everything. I you know, it's like telling somebody what a rose smells like. You can't, right? You got to experience it. Very zen movie. The younger generation is deprived of testosterone. That is true, Scott. The younger generation needs to just pound that testosterone in their veins with syringes. Sure. I miss Swayze talk. Joshua, what number of Dracula did you get? I have number 610, and it's one of my favorites. Oh, that's cool. It was criminal. We weren't blessed with a Roadhouse 2. You know, I don't know where it would have gone from Roadhouse. I don't know where it would have gone. But think about it. Both of these movies are surrounded in violence, but have a very zen main character. The dude and the Dalton. I mean, Jackie Treehorn's in this, and then the villain guy is the actor who played Jackie Tree. I mean, these are linked together. I think if we can just study these two films, we'll have every answer we have ever needed in the world. Dalton goes to Thailand. Roadhouse 2, Electric Boogaloo. Oh my God, it's just genius. And it features the song These Arms of Mine. Oh my God. The double deuce. I mean, Jeff Healey sitting there playing behind chicken wire. You know, I mean, what else do you need? Like if you had a dream list of everything you wanted in a movie, I guarantee Jeff Healey playing guitar behind chicken wire while bottles are being thrown at him is like on everybody's wish list. And then you beat up douchebags with bad mustaches. You know, here's the thing. Wade Garrett has a kick-ass mustache. And then the guy who's stealing money from the owner of the Double Deuce has a Weasley mustache. This is how we learn. We learn by watching these movies and not making the same mistakes. There should be a Roadhouse 2. Caddyshack 2 was an abomination. Okay, and so somebody's making a case that Roadhouse 2, if it followed in the sequels, in the tradition of the sequel, it'd be a watered down. We would lose some of the lessons that Dalton was trying to teach us about when to be nice. I think preschoolers should watch Roadhouse. Not all the parts, but the parts about when it's time to be nice, and you should try to be nice, even if they insult your mother. You just be nice. If you've never heard that speech, you gotta. YouTube probably has it. You're on YouTube right now. Just bop over to the Dalton Nice speech, and you'll see everything you need to know to be a functioning adult and a good global citizen. Oh, Ron Clinton. Ron Clinton gets to at bat and he tees up and he knocks it out of the park. Roadhouse 2 would be the Dr. Sleep of sequels. Now, I'm taking that as an insult to Roadhouse 2 and the fear that you cannot improve on Roadhouse. And I agree. I don't think you can improve on Roadhouse. I don't think there were any other lessons to teach. The only thing a good Roadhouse 2 could do is stress the lessons from the first one. But if you didn't pay attention to the first one, you're a bad student, and no movie's going to cure that, right? Dr. Sleep was a terrible sequel. It was a fine Stephen King later years book. It was fine. It was a fine book, but it was not, oh my God, it was not a good follow-up to The Shining. It was not a sequel to The Shining. It was not a good follow-up. It was bad. I wish he didn't make it. I wish his nod to the Overlook in Dr. Sleep would have just been like a side note or some sort of hat tip. Because bringing back Danny Torrance as that character was just not a good move. I was not happy. Scott Ian agreed to get Alice, and it cost $2, which was what? Huh. Scott Ian. Okay. I don't know Scott Ian was going to get the Alice in Wonderland. I don't know how you know that. That's cool. I'm a huge Scott Ian fan. I do not need to be a functioning adult. I tried that once and it did not go well. Yes, I know. I hear. I respect that. But you should watch Roadhouse. I don't know. Whatever. Your time is yours. And I respect that, but I respect it more if you watch Roadhouse. An amazing price. Okay. I'm missing something. I don't know. My brain is full of sand. I got sand in the wrinkles because I went to the beach today. Anyway, it's called Roadhouse 2 Last Call. Is it seriously a movie? I don't think I could watch it. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'll probably do this again next week. I was an hour and a half. I got my 17 people watching. I got my 14 thumbs up. It's a good even number. I was at it for an hour and 22 minutes. I appreciate everybody who came by. I think there's a lot of books out there. If you're curious about any of the publishers I talked about or anything that's coming, just I don't know, leave a comment on the video and I'll get to it. I respond to every single comment that everybody leaves on every video, whether they like it or they don't. And so I will see you all later. Oh, wait a second. What's up, Lena? Last to the party again. I'm sorry. I could try to do this earlier or later. I don't know. Seems like a lot of people came in at the end. Anyway, good night. You're welcome, Hunchback Jack. Take care, everyone. And, stick around. Hit me up on Facebook if you see me around. And stay frosty.